Dimensional Misfits and the Illusion of Control. A critical essay. In an age where science fiction bleeds into scientific speculation, certain individuals have begun to question the very nature of their reality. Some among us remember things that never happened in this world, anomalous memories that cannot be explained by trauma, misinformation, or cultural suggestion. These experiences have nothing to do with reincarnation, a concept that, like many religious doctrines, seems less about truth and more about control. Reincarnation promises justice and balance in another life, much like a salesman peddling cheap life insurance. All future reward, no present clarity. The Mandela effect has gained notoriety as an internet phenomenon, but its true implications are often misunderstood. It is not evidence of mass delusion, nor proof of spiritual rebirth, but possibly a symptom of something much more profound: dimensional misalignment. Those who recall alternate timelines may, in fact, be mentally or even physically displaced from another dimension. This interpretation demands a reconsideration of how memory and reality interact, suggesting that parallel dimensions are not just theoretical fantasies, but accessible strata of existence. Time travel and parallel dimensions, while frequently conflated, are in fact separate theoretical domains. Time travel involves movement through a single timeline, while parallel dimensions imply multiple coexisting realities, each with its own timeline and physical laws. Theoretical physics, especially in the realms of quantum mechanics and string theory, has opened doors to these possibilities even if mainstream science is reluctant to step through them. In this context, time travel might involve not just moving within a timeline, but navigating between dimensions to bypass paradoxes. The experiments being conducted at CERN, particularly those involving high-energy particle collisions, might one day provide empirical data supporting the existence of these other dimensions. Though ridiculed or dismissed by mainstream commentators, these experiments have the potential to fundamentally alter our understanding of space, time, and energy. Unfortunately, the deeper implications of such discoveries are often stifled by the interests of powerful elites. The idea of free energy, as once envisioned by Nikola Tesla, has been suppressed not because it lacks scientific merit, but because it threatens the economic dominance of the families and institutions that control fossil fuels. This same controlling force underlies much of what we call organized religion. The concept of God, distorted and simplified into a tool for obedience, has been sold to humanity as a means of moral control. God, as interpreted by institutional religion, is less a cosmic force and more a celestial accountant, rewarding and punishing according to arbitrary laws. This version of divinity is not only inaccurate, it is deliberately manipulative. It sells a fake future to simple beings who have been trained to fear the unknown and obey the familiar. Real UFO phenomena, distinct from reverse-engineered human projects, offer a fascinating alternative. These crafts, if truly non-human, do not seem to abide by the physical laws of our universe. They move at speeds and with precision that suggest a mastery not of space, but of dimensions. Interdimensional travel, as opposed to interstellar propulsion, offers a plausible explanation for their capabilities. These vehicles could be slipping between parallel realities, bypassing the constraints of our linear physics. Perhaps some of us, too, have slipped through such a dimensional breach. These individuals, often alienated from societal norms, possess an unusual clarity about the mechanisms of control in our world. They see through lies, recognize manipulation, and intuitively sense that human systems, economic, religious, political, are built not on truth but on maintenance of power. Whether by accident or design, these dimensional misfits may be here as observers or even participants in a cosmic experiment. To consider this seriously is to challenge the foundations of everything we believe about reality, history, and human purpose. But if we discard the narratives imposed by religion, by governments, by monopolistic industries, a new vision begins to emerge, one in which consciousness is multidimensional, truth is suppressed by design, and reality is far more complex than we were ever permitted to know. In the end, the greatest conspiracy may not be what is hidden, but how thoroughly we have been trained not to look.